Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. We got a fun day here today. Trying out new things. Scary, but we're doing it. Should have, oh no. Should have had some other things too, but we'll just go here. All right, so wait till I see some of you comment. Can somebody say hi? Make sure we're not talking to the monitors only here. Oh, good, I see you now. Hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. Thanks for coming in. I'm kind of looking at behind the camera. There's two big screens, and so that I can read some of your questions. And sometimes it flips on through, so I might miss you. So if you want, be persistent. Nancy. So yeah, we are here live. Friday, February 7, 2025. It's kind of cold day, calm, nice winter day here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Here in the back corner of the warehouse in the studio. Some of you have been here, and yeah, we so anyway. So I'm a little kind of worried how this is going to go, truthfully. But what I'm not worried about is these two amazing products that I'm going to try out. And so it's all on me, it's not on them. First is Amico, Kathy Skaggs. She got the inks made here, and they're out, they're ready, they're in stores near you, online. So these are like screen printing inks that she's been working on for a good while, and if you're not following her, you should follow her at I'm pretty sure it's like Kathy or Amico Classroom. I think that's what it is, amicoclassroom.com or at amico.com, or just Kathy Skaggs. You can look her up right on Instagram. But she's an amazing teacher. She has a lot of experience, and I love what she's doing with these screen printings, and so I am trying to figure it out because I think it's such an amazing teaching tool and so many amazing options for developing the surface on your work and turning those GR pottery forms into your own personal work, right? And so yeah, there's so many options of surface out there, I say, and hello, Myra. I'm looking forward to coming to Arizona next week, seeing you. Yeah, there's so many different surface techniques out there, and I'm really hoping. I'm the GR Pottery Forms guy, right? So I am an object maker. That's my expertise. But I still like from time to time see things that excites me about like different options of what's out there to develop surface on your pieces, and I think this is an amazing one. They're basically kind of, I don't know, there's probably more, but let's just generalize into three categories. There is texture, there is transfers, and there is screen printing. And then there's lots of other stuff in between all the way. But those are the kind of really big three major kind of commercially purchased things that you can buy. You can also make these all yourself. All three of those things you can make yourself: texture, transfers, and these screens. And so I think this one may, and when you use which of those three things is really kind of part of the process and kind of part of what you are doing as an artist to make your own work, and that's what defines you and your work. So hopefully I can just steer you in the direction of some of these products, and you can go. I know Mako makes amazing screen printing options. Speedball for sure. I mean, they are regular ink, not really glazed, but regular ink printing company of the world, right? So they have lots of screen printing options. So they're also really good. So Amico just made this one that's a little bit easier to manage and a little more foolproof. There's a little bit of finagling of like how thick, how vibrant the colors would be. So they kind of put their name on this product, and so it's I'm assuming it's a really amazing option and choice. And I don't think they have all the options of colors yet. They may have like 8 options, I think. I don't know that for sure, but it's just my guess. And so there are, so they're just kind of working on it too to see how things will work for you. But anyway, what I really like about the screen technique is that you can layer different patterns, and it's a little more efficient than cutting out underglaze transfers and then putting them out. And it'll probably be a little less expensive than having all individual underglaze transfers. So, so it gives you a different option of how you can apply the glaze, how you can treat that surface. So, yeah. So the next product is, and these are all, it started out with recommendations from Kathy, that she has a couple different screen companies that she uses. But I got to meet Tyler and Dallin at ClayCon West this January, and they gave me some free samples to try. So I'm trying them out, and it's a fun product. It's fun, and it's one of those things still too. You got to learn. Delaney has been helping me here, kind of work through making these screens, and I'll kind of talk about it too. But throughout here today, but yeah. So today is all about surface. So Delaney, I don't know if you have to scroll on that one side because it seems like it's kind of locked for some reason on the Instagram. Maybe not. Maybe there's just Instagram people. Nobody on YouTube or Facebook's commented in a bit, I guess. So yeah, they're probably all on Instagram, I guess. So yeah. All right. So EZScreens. Oh shoot. Is it? Do you remember, Delaney? Is it EZScreenPrinting.com? I think.
Let me look it up just to double make sure.
There's a couple easy printing, easy stuff online already, but this particular one is a really great product to use to develop your own screens, and it's kind of fun. To me, that's the fun part of making work and designing work, is the problem solving of how you're going to develop this body of work. I know some of you that may be intimidating, but it's it also, I think once you kind of jump into it, I think you hopefully you will really like it. So yeah, so let's go for it here. So this explain the process is basically what you can do is develop your own designs. You can hand draw them, you can use a computer, you can do whatever, and you need to print them out in black and white only, no grayscales, only black, and create a copy here. So I have kind of a mix here, and Delaney developed these graphic ones for me, and then I just drew in some here to just kind of fill out the sheet and just for kind of experimenting. And so once you have this kind of developed and printed out, you then, the EZScreens, you have to buy transparent, or you can buy transparencies with them, I believe, unless you have your own. You then print this onto a transparency. And you can see it's kind of blue. Well, on Instagram you can't. Instagram is white. That's funny how the color is different. But it's, and then once you print it on transfer, and try to use your darkest setting possible on your printer. Just on a regular printer, they have different, you can buy different transfers for different types of printers too. So make sure, if the laser printer I think is one and an inkjet is another. So there's different transfers for each one. This is how the ink kind of prints out there. And then you take this, and they have a whole guide online. We basically then put the unexposed blank sheet of of paper here that they have a little kit, and you keep it dark, and then you bring it dark out into the sunlight, and you expose it for like a minute, and it's really fun to watch. It's kind of like if you ever had an old black and white photography class, and you can see like it kind of develops. Same kind of thing kind of happens, and then you kind of brush out some of the emulsion and let it dry, and then you come up with this part, and then I probably will cut this up. I want to leave it together and then use each of the parts. I don't think you can really see it. Maybe you can try the top down a second, Lainey, here. I don't know if you can see, but like right here, I kind of smudged the emulsion before it was completely dry and set. You can definitely see on this corner here. So next time I got to be a little more, I'll just know to be a little more cautious of doing that process. And I think on this you can kind of see this the little shapes for Instagram. For here it might not translate very well. So that's what we're going to do is we're going to experiment and see how these work out. But now this paper dried overnight, and it's like my own made screen, right? I saw Kathy Skaggs, she's my inspiration and my go-to if I have questions about this process, especially using clay and underglaze. And I see she a lot of times will put like painter's tape around the edges, so then it'll give you a little more this ways to line up the texture or make it a little bit stiffer to be able to hold it and apply it. So I'm just going to cut these out a second. You can see I'm doing cactus for my Arizona friends. I'm coming next week to Arizona to a couple studios, and I'm excited about. And then also to Marjan Ceramics, which is a distributor in the Phoenix area. So hopefully I'll see you there. So I don't really need this extra screen. There's really, I don't know, maybe there's some things you can do with it, but there's not very much space, so I'm just gonna toss it. I made another one originally, which I just drew lines. And what I'm trying to do here with these designs is make quadrants so that I think you can, I don't know if you can barely see my lines on the, maybe that angle better. I drew some pencil lines. I'm trying to make quadrants of texture so I can do it 4 times. So 1, I can maximize the screens that I'm making, but then 2, I can make a continuous kind of pattern. Hi, Tanya. Hello, Germany. Yeah. Thanks for coming. I'm gonna see. I think I might have mixed you up in the past. I have another Tanya friend that's Tanya Rhoda from Rhoda Kilns and Equipment. They live in Rosenheim, and so in Bavaria as well. So I don't know if we met. I forget if we met at Craft or not. But thanks for always coming when you can. So yeah, good to have you. Oh shoot, I wasn't gonna do that, but I did it anyway. And let's see. Yeah, Ceramic Craft. Oh yeah, I know you got some good Germans over there. I love Germany. I don't know if I think I probably told you in the past. My roommate in college is from Germany. So yes, yeah, you German people are always in my heart. So keep up the good work. So, all right, let's see what else here we got. Oh, Lisa, you're good. You missed the beginning. You're good. we haven't. You can go back and watch it. A little bit of introduction about what we're doing here, but for the most part, oh, if you have no audio, the good thing is to do is push that little arrow button to refresh. Sometimes that works. It's usually based on the internet connection at your place, so I'm assuming everybody else is good with. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you for commenting, people, too, to help. If I miss those comments, help people to kind of navigate this tech world we're living in, right? Yeah. Okay, but what I was gonna say, and that's why I started to cut these out. And now I'm getting sidetracked again already. What I'm trying to do is there's not a lot of options out there for making this outside rim, decorating that rim outside of your plate. And I love the traditional, I'd say commercial products. I think it's because they're a little bit tricky, and there's so many options, right? And so this is something that like I'm gonna do this myself. Like I need to, I want it to happen, so I gotta do it, right? So there's not always everything available out there, so sometimes you gotta just do it yourself, right? Yeah, and so anyway, so this is my hope of what I'm trying to do is then I can screen this 4 times and then develop that kind of outside lip texture on my plates. And so, yeah. So I'm just gonna screen print this here and go for it. And I think this is where I'm guessing, I talked about how Kathy will put a border of underglaze or a painter's tape. Kathy Skaggs from Amico will put this painter's tape around the outside. So it also helps you when you're screening the underglaze on there. It gives you a little bit of room or border to kind of make that all happen. But you know, I am actually, let's try to. So I'm sorry, I haven't even done this before. I have done some screens before, but I think it's also important to show you this raw kind of trial. I mean, and like then we can kind of work on things together. And I'm sorry, you know, you'd think it'd be this live format would be more polished, but I think it's good because we can learn together, and yeah, and also you can see kind of the positives and negatives that can happen, and that it's not always rosy and works so perfectly, right? That you've got to kind of adjust, and you have to kind of work through some of those difficult parts of it. So actually, I'm going to. So I made some lines on here, and I kind of was guessing on these two. I think that's why I like clay, is because a lot of times it's all trial and error, and you don't have to be perfect all the time. So if you're looking for perfection, you're probably at the wrong, you're at the wrong site. I love the imperfection. I love making the imperfection perfection. You know what I mean? So. And that's how we all are. We all, you know, if you're searching for this perfect world, it's gonna take you a while. So let's just enjoy the imperfection and have a lot of fun, because things seem to turn out way better when it's fun, right? So, and of course I'm going to go with the most difficult. I'm going to change here. I was going to start with the most difficult one, but I think I'm going to switch to the hand-drawn one. And so there's so many things here. Now I can't see my lines. So, okay, I'm just going to make my lines a little bit longer. Maybe that'll help me. And I think when I come back, I can kind of clean up those lines as well. And I do have this that has a little mark on here, which I think is kind of fun. On this particular one, where I can help myself kind of line it up. Delaney and I spent a lot of time back and forth about, you know, figuring out this measurement, you know, of how to create this arc, and that's what's really kind of difficult, right? It's, yeah, it's not easy. So, yeah. And, oh, thanks for the raw trials are inspiring. Good, because I feel like when I try to plan it all out, it goes the other direction, like worse. So, I feel like you just gotta go for it. And the other thing is, if I try to be perfection, then I probably never do it. It's like analysis paralysis, right? Waiting for that perfect time. I've seen Kathy use a spoon. I did a workshop with Kathy this summer at with Michael Harbridge at in Wisconsin, and I think that's going to come up again in August again too. So if you're looking for a fun hands-on conference, keep on it. Maria, hello. And so now I am just going to kind of screen this in here and see how the ink is kind of coming around off the outside edge here. This is where that border would probably help. Here I'm preaching about that border. I didn't make it happen this time. Maybe I'm just going to put a little bit on here. What does it say? What are the bottles of ink? These are new Amico inks. They talked about them last year in Sika. Kathy's been kind of talking about them for a while, and they now are in full production and available at majority of the stores that carry Amico products. Yeah, so. And I think once you kind of, like everything, once you kind of get going on this, it gets faster and better each time. So this first one is a little difficult. And this a little bit is not really prep. I feel like this is kind of a side project here. I do this at Clay Share Con coming up here in a week or two. But it's I think Kathy might be doing it. So see, it doesn't really translate too much yet. So let's give it another little go here. Let's just kind of push that in there. And I don't know how, you probably should be able to see that color on there. The other thing, it might be a little bit muted because my clay is pretty wet. But, good fun. We'll just keep on trying here. So I'm going to be doing a couple of projects at Clay Share Con. More related to GR pottery forms than, I'm just gonna kind of go with this because this is an experiment. I definitely see its color isn't really translating, but the pattern is. Let's do it again here. I think the hardest part of this whole process, there's the two hard parts are, and I think you get better at time. I haven't really done a lot of screen printing in my day, but the two hard parts is developing this pattern, and then screening the underglaze in there.
If Got a comment that says sometimes with silk screens they use their finger and swirl the ink around instead of using a rib or a squeegee.
Ooh, I like that. Let's try that. Yeah, because really trying to push, and I might even have this upside down. I remember Kathy saying too that sometimes it's the direction that you have the screen. So maybe I'll wash this off here in a second and try it the other direction too. Forget there's a better, and I can't remember what was better. Oh, Maria. Maria, of course. Maria is the ultimate teacher.
There's some other.
Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I think we're getting some more. Sorry, go ahead.
Kathy is on Instagram and she said that you can also apply with a sponge.
Ooh. But see, this to me, this is the fun part, and I think, this is that I'm here doing this today. This is the main purpose, is that you can do this. You just got to keep trying it and working it out. And we have, like today, we have this fun community out there that will support you through it, right?
Someone on Instagram also said they think it's smooth side down.
Okay. Yeah, I remembered it was it textured or smooth, and then.
Yeah, I'll look on their website.
Ooh, yeah. Let's just try it because we're in trial here. Let's just see how much of a difference. It definitely had. We definitely had a lot more ink this go around, a lot more underglaze. And let me make it clear that this is underglaze, not regular ink. This is a ceramic product made by Amico, and I also know too that that thickness of it really kind of matters too. So this is fresh out of the container, so it might have a little need to be set out a little bit too for it to really translate really well. It's kind of like when you're baking and your dough is spot on, right? It's like after you made 100 loaves of bread, right? You kind of know when to do what when, right? So here we go. This is encouragement again.
And the EZScreen website does say shiny side down.
Shiny side down. All right, let's just go for this here. Oh yeah. I know, right? Darker. I'll try on the next one using the black. How about that? I like this green color because it has more cactusy feel, and when it fires with underglaze, I think it'll look amazing. But you are accurate in saying, for this demo, it'd be much better to be able to see it clearly, right? Love it. Pretty close. Yeah, you can't really see the. Let's see, where were you on? See if we can
Lift it up.
a little closer. So you can see it's for me, from my angle, I like how it looks, and I love this kind of handmade feel. Oh boy. Guess I gotta take out, see, there's another learning thing. I probably gotta take off the underglaze before I put it down on the side. Good fun. I should be glazing my Super Bowl plates here. So you use them on Sunday, but you know, so much going on. Yeah, green, right? Ooh, there we go. Got a little bit of blend, but you know, I think it still could be a good situation here. All right, so we might as well. I'm probably gonna screen right on my board here. Let's be fun. Yeah, not really. So we can just wash that underglaze right off, let it dry out. And you know, I have two different, my hope is, and I think a lot of things with clay is we gotta have this drying time in between, right? So it's so much nicer to have multiple pieces that you're working on at a time. So you can, it's kind of like kids. It's way easier to have like 6 kids than 2. Right? Anybody out there agree? 1 really gives a lot of attention to, right? And that becomes problematic. So, multiples. Alright, let's just set this off the side here. Alright, we're going to switch over to this, try some black ones here, just print them out just for trial and better practice. You can see, like, I need a little more practice for, and then I don't even really need to really worry about, you know, first I got to get down the printing right before I try to make the quadrants all work anyway. You know, I'll go right for the top. Yeah, I don't know if for Instagram and YouTube, Maria has another good comment that when she figures out what the best side is, the shiny side, then she marks it. So then in the future, you can kind of know which side to use. You know, what's up and what's down. So 1 is enough for me. Oh. I get it. Goodbye. Yes, and this whole technique too it's not for everybody. You know, it takes a little bit of techiness, takes a little bit of being able to, a little bit of patience to deal with the tediousness. With which both of those things I am not. I'm not very techy, and I'm not very patient when it comes to, I want to make a lot of things quickly. And so, but I really want to have this, I really want to make plates with this outside design because I think it really elevates the level and story of the plate. So, 5 was good. What's good for me? Okay. Yeah. So funny. All right. So shiny side up, right? Is that the consensus?
Shiny down.
Shiny down.
Yep.
This feels like this is a little rougher. This one I'm really curious to know if it's even going to translate. Ooh, this feels a little thicker. But also, this is what I really like about this format is you kind of get what you pay for. You can come and go. Hopefully, my hope is you really get some good out of it, but obviously, I'm not trying to. I definitely don't think that I'm the prime actor and think that what I do is award filming worthy. It's more. I feel like this is a way I can connect with you and yeah, hopefully give you some inspiration is really my focus to use those forms. So I'm feeling really good about this one. So that's the other thing too, right? Is like every color is also just a little bit different. Oh yeah. Let's see if that. I don't know. What do you think, Delaney? You think the little shapes are going to translate?
I think they might.
All right. I like
There's
your
a chance.
positive attitude.
Oh.
Woo! Yeah, they do a little.
A little bit.
Yep. I think there's definitely underglaze coming through there. So, and I can see probably better than the camera that color. So, but if it didn't still registered, so we can add a little more on there. But I think if I probably redo these screens again and make these little shapes kind of our part of a lot of our marketing is these shapes, but make so that the lines are just a little darker so that it would expose this a little better. So I'm just going to give it a little, but see, there's so many, I just felt something too, like, you really probably could push down like with your fingers too, so you could get these like textures and lines. What? And this is what, that's what the amazing thing about clay is. There's just so many options and yeah. Oh, they work with stencils too. Yeah, good point. Yeah. So, ooh, that looks nice. Oh yeah, it transferred a lot better this time. And I think and sometimes what I really like about screens is that they can develop this really kind of subtle, simple texture. Depending on what color you use, it's like a little highlight. So, yeah. All right. Nice, kind of create that nice waviness for this one. You can't really see my specific. It just makes it kind of rough surface, but I think that would translate again. So that's another thing that's really difficult about if you're starting out is sometimes you don't really see the results until it's been fired. So you got to kind of just go for it and be patient, and it's just this constant trial and error and this joy in trying to figure it out. So let's do this one that I like to make these like squiggly lines sometimes. When I was doing pottery shows, I'd have newsprint to wrap all the pottery in, and then I would just draw on it. And a lot of times I'd draw these squiggly lines. I don't know. Isn't that funny how we choose to doodle? Again, I can't emphasize enough, Kathy has some amazing tutorials and information about all this, and good examples of where this technique is really effective. The layer, different like if you're gonna put these on mugs or um, uh, three-dimensional surfaces, maybe bowls. You can do that as well, and I'm quite sure that you can even do this like on bisque or on this wet clay. This wet clay is probably the most difficult because the clay is already wet, and but I don't know. The easy part of doing it at this stage is that it's a flat surface that you're working on. So pros and cons of everything. Sorry, Stacy. If you want the overhead view, you got to go to YouTube or Facebook. Instagram, it's too complicated, so we have a separate feed for Instagram, and then we have a separate feed that is for Facebook and YouTube. So, yeah, somebody else already said thank you. Yeah. Uh-oh. Stacy's giving me the boo. I know. Sorry. Probably would be better just to have Instagram just on the face down anyway, right? Would everybody vote for that? Then you don't have to see me. My shenanigans. Yeah, so here we go. I think it'd probably be a little bit crisper again. I'm not sure if that's I'm going to try it again on different materials, but yeah, I think it's kind of a fun process. Let's see. I want to try these other lines. That's the other I feel like too, like, you really could do a lot more hand drawing. So it's a great way to kind of repeat hand drawings over and over and over again. It's also good ways to make just borders and stuff that then you can then paint in with underglaze with different colors. Like, so if you want to make flower plates or other types of plates, it could just be the initial kind of sketch, and then you finish that with the underglaze that you put over top. Anybody else have any anybody else have to share for everybody your experiences with underglaze screening? I have a good kind of good friend who's a pottery instructor up at Central Michigan, Israel Davis. He does a lot of screen printing on clay, and yeah, I feel like, and I don't know if you have to do this with the underglaze transfers, but I also feel like he would have like he would make multiple passes, like put down the screen the underglaze on there, give it a couple minutes to kind of settle in, and then come back again and kind of layer on another color. So I don't know if that's necessary as well, but yeah. And the other thing that I kind of wanted to share too is like, if you don't have the underglaze inks, Amico inks, you could use some of the underglazes you already have and just let them dry out a little bit. Set them out for a half an hour or so before. Mix them so they're nice, even consistency. But buying these screens is really inexpensive. For under $50, you could have a whole kit to try this out to see if it's going to work for you. So I don't know. So if and again, this is a technical kind of tricky thing. So I would say it's probably not the ideal scenario for most of you. Like and it's not necessarily ideal for me either, but it's an option that I want that I want to accomplish. Ooh, this is interesting because this was made with a different screen, and I wonder too if it looks like the glaze is going in there better. And I'm wondering if the one I've been using didn't really, that I messed it up. Delaney made this first one more than she dealt with the process at the end, and I got involved yesterday on this one and other one. So that's potentially what's going on here. Because this looks like I can see the underglaze in there way differently this time. Here we go. Oh, Stacy, she came over to Facebook. Good work. Oh, just getting into the EZScreen. Oh, from Clay Shot. Oh, yeah, good, right. Yeah, right. Let's see. Maria Mako makes this silkscreen medium that you can mix with underglaze to thicken it. There, see? Yeah, that's a good option too, right? So everybody got that? Mako makes like a thickener. I think there's some artists out there too that also use, like back at Israel Davis, I think he uses like cornstarch that he adds into the underglaze. So obviously you would have to use it immediately, but ooh, yeah, see, look how much darker that is. I don't know if it's because the lines are thicker, but yeah. But I also like that it looks like a hand-drawn line, and so if I can keep repeating that, that would be good. So yeah, there's a premium meaning to add to your I think, yeah, Mako, you're right, Ann. Yep. And a little Mako medium goes a long way. I love it. Yeah, so it comes in a little jar like this too, right? So yeah, it just kind of depends on what you have available to it as well. So yeah, well, I hope that inspired some of you to try it yourself. Not listen to me, but yeah. 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 Okay, Sarah said that you can watch replay. Yeah. Yeah, same, it's yeah, there's so many options out there, right? So I feel like this is a really tricky option. But again, like I said, the trickiness is not the products. It's not Amico, it's not EZScreen. It's like you figuring out the timing and everything. So so there's a lot of that kind of timing and technical part that is involved in this. So yeah, liquid starch. Ooh, there you go. Yeah. You're right. That's probably it. Thanks, Oak. I'm afraid I don't. Oh yeah, exactly. Lisa's talking about another obsession. Yeah, another angle, right? But it's yeah, for sure. This is definitely another angle. And again, like I say, it's for specific work. And if you like fussing with a computer, manipulating graphics, like Maris, our daughter Maris, is super into like fussing around with iPad and making graphics. So it would be ideal to then translate some of those doodles that turn out really nice into pottery dinnerware, right? It's funny that cord is like just right in the way. Can you?
Yeah, the last one says, are the screens pre-made or the kind that you create with your own designs?
Yeah, these are easy screens that you create with your own design. So yeah, I made them. Yeah, you can see if you go back and watch the video about that. Like how I talked a lot about that in the beginning, and but yeah, it's yeah, and I also said I think Alistair Key is Kathy Skaggs, and most of the videos are housed at Amico Classroom, and I'm sure Mako probably has some amazing tutorials as well. Those are two companies that are superior in our industry, and they put a lot of money and time into making videos that for all these different techniques and products. So yeah, check them out. So yep. All right. Well, I think that might be it for the actual demo for today, but maybe just a little. I kind of want. You could tell I got excited to even talk about anything else today, but a couple of fun things happening. We have. I'll be in Arizona next week at Marjan Ceramics for their open house and event, and visiting a few studios there. Debbie Dela Cruz, I think, let the cat out of the bag this morning about her new butter dish combo. Oh, looks like Instagram ended, but that's all right.
Oops. That's weird.
Live video ended, sounds like.
Yeah, it did do that, but I don't know why.
Yeah. So we lost you, maybe Instagram. But anyway, for Facebook and YouTube, the I was saying Stacy at Della Designs has come out with a new butter dish top, and she's using the one of our new Wally forms that I'm going to be talking about at ClayShareCon in 2 weeks. But yeah, so yeah, those are kind of things. ClayShareCon is coming up. I think what, the 18th or 19th, something like that. I'm hoping to. I'll be involved Wednesday and Thursday for sure, and probably Wednesday night for the premium members too. But we'll see how that all kind of shakes out. So yeah, all right, and yeah, I don't know what else there is to mention. I don't know if yeah. So anyway, thanks for being here. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and get out there and or get into that studio. Get into that studio is where I want you to be. That's where I want to be, making some fun stuff. So anyway, thanks for joining, and until next time, take care.